A Modern Warfare 2 reality check. I know this is a video game, but this just bugs me. You can shoot someone in the face with a sniper, an intervention no less, and he'll be just fine. However, if you hit someone twice with a piece of polycarbonate, he's dead. What's the Riot shield really made out of? Chuck Norris's beard shavings? Welcome to the Riot shield. The Riot shield is actually pretty hard to review. I don't have a lot of stats to throw at you. The shield itself is pretty basic. There's a certain window in front of you that when explosives or bullets hit it, you will deflect the damage. Enemies will do one of a few things when they see you. Attempt to blow you up, spray bullets at you, or knife you. Occasionally they'll just run from you, but I'm going to leave that one alone since that means you've already won the fight and you're free to have fun with that however you want. Thankfully, the shield is good at deflecting three things: explosions, bullets, and knife attacks. Explosions. Blocking explosions is almost all luck. Yes, you can block claymores if you spot them, but the fact is, as a shielder, you are an explosive magnet. Once people figure out there's a shielder around, the explosives are going to start flying. Your best shot at surviving explosions is to face the explosions so the shield can take some of the damage for you. Unfortunately, doing this tends to expose yourself to bullets. Bullets. Bullets are a bit of luck and a bit of skill. You should be able to block most automatic fire, but if the enemy gets to your side, they'll just blast you in the hip. Also, I don't care how good you are. There's two weapons that you're going to be screwed by regardless. The G18's akimboed and the AA-12. Each of these have such high fire rates that they're going to get around your shield with the sheer number of bullets. Knives. Blocking knife attacks is almost pure skill. One of the most common responses to shields is to attempt to run around the shield and knife the user. If you're good with the shield, you should be able to lead your block and block his knife. Few things are more satisfying than hearing that death-sealing thud on your shield as your enemy misses his knife. One last benefit of the shield is it has a bash attack that if you hit the enemy twice, they go down. I'm pretty sure this means 50 damage per hit because it only takes 2 hits to kill in core, 1 in hardcore, and if you let the enemy go too long without a hit in core, it'll take 3 hits. Mastery of the shield bash is an amazing way to show your dominance of the game. Few things are more epic than bringing down someone by smashing their skull while they shoot vainly. I feel like this calls for some epic music, and as such, I shall provide it. That'll never get old. That being said, there's a little trick I need to show you about the melee attack. I'm not much good with it in practice, but you can do what's called a melee cancel. If right after you bash you pull up a throwable equipment, preferably a throwing knife, and then put it away very quickly, you can melee right away after the equipment is put away. It's a hard trick to master in actual combat, but can definitely come in very handy. Now there are several big disadvantages to the shield. First, you are slow. And I mean slow.
Oh, Jesus, help me! Oh, lots of donuts! Oh, God! Leave no donut behind!
You move at 80% normal speed, so pick your perks and sensitivity settings wisely. Second, the shield isn't very big. Sadly, the window just isn't as big as you'd think it would be. It's a little bigger on your left than on your right, or at least I think it is. I've had several messages from fans saying it's on one side and then several saying it's on the other. The point at the end is the same regardless, and that point is your protected area isn't always as protected as you think. The shield only protects your whole body when crouched, and even that's not 100% true. Your feet tend to be exposed, and lag definitely isn't on your side here. Here are the perks and equipment that work best. For your blue perk, stick to Marathon, Scavenger, or One Man Army. Different setups warrant different perks, but you really can't go wrong picking one of these 3. For your red perk, basically it's anything but stopping power. You are slow, so lightweight makes you faster. Hardline helps you get kill streaks faster, and considering I tend to use UAV, counter UAV, and Pred for the shield, I find this very useful. Cold-blooded makes you invisible to kill streaks, and Danger Close is good for explosives. For your third tier perk, Commando, Sitrep, or Ninja are all reasonable choices. You are not bound to Commando. However, Commando definitely helps your shield bash capability. For your secondary, I pretty much recommend either some variant of a pistol or a launcher. The pistols give you a quick go-to if your opponent should start to run, and a launcher for your medium range fights. A machine pistol or shotgun really doesn't make sense. You're a riot shield. If you're going to fight with bullets, don't bother picking the shield. I honestly don't see how the shield helps you by being on your back. It provides little protection and defeats the purpose of picking it in the first place. For the first time, I'm going to recommend a special grenade. Stick to stun grenades, because with the shield out, you are immune to them. Give smokes a try if you want, but just say no to flashbangs. These things will be a menace to you. Flashbangs, including your own, will make you lower your shield when you're blinded, so stick to stuns or smokes. The way I categorize the shield playing style is actually by your equipment. What equipment you use really decides how you're fighting with your shield, as it becomes an extension of your offensive capability. The first class is when you use the blast shield with your riot shield. I call this the tank because you're carrying all the armor in the world for explosives, and something about the blast shield taking away from your vision always makes me hear tank treads in my head. With this class, you're relying almost purely on your shield bash to be effective in combat, and accepting that explosives coming your way is the norm. I've never bothered keeping a class with blast shield because, and here's a shocker, there's actually a half-decent designed preset class that has it already. Riot Control is actually a decent class. Sure, the Akimbo PP2000 suck, but other than that, this class is perfect for the blast shield. One last tip, try to get used to switching the blast shield on right at the last second. Losing your radar really is a big disadvantage, and you want to try to nullify it by turning it on right as the explosives come at you. For the second method, pick C4, frags, or Semtex as your equipment. I call this the Demolisher, because I'm gonna lob shit at you doesn't really roll off the tongue. I'd recommend Danger Close and Scavenger. Just go to town. There's really not a lot to cover here. Use your launcher and other explosives to have some fun, and use your shield if you're caught off guard up close. The third technique uses the Claymore, and I'd like to call it the Lure. Throw on one-man army, though you can try Scavenger, put on Cold-Blooded or Danger Close, and then whatever third tier perk you want, even Scrambler. Here, luring people in is actually a good thing. Watch as your foes walk into your Claymores mindlessly trying to find you. It's a bit campy, but hey, it's fun. The next one is a bit devilish, as it uses the tack insert. I call it the Resilient. Intentionally find a quiet spot to put your tack insert. I love the basement on Estate for this. Then go upstairs and just be a complete nuisance. You can have extra fun when you pop up on your tack insert and give the guy camping your tack insert a surprise. Best part is if the tack insert is in a good spot, you should find action all game. The last method is for when you're using a throwing knife. A long time ago, a guy using a shield and a throwing knife said you just got a package from your postman when he killed me, and the name postman just stuck in my head for this class. Here, the idea is to line your shield up just right, and then throw your knife very quickly. Best part is you can pick the knife up again, so you don't need Scavenger, though it does help. Before I go, I have to acknowledge to everyone who messaged me about the shield, please don't be too hard if I missed something. I know the first thing going through the minds of some of the elites of the Riot Shade will be, "You suck," when they see what I say about the Riot Shield. Please, bear in mind, I love the shield, and that's why I chose to review it. Using the shield is some of the most fun I've had playing this game, so please, feel free to comment, subscribe, and be ready for the next review. This has been Raging Amish. I'll see you next time. Shotgun.